Hi guys, I'm Steve Good. Welcome to the Scroll Saw Workshop. I got my new Excalibur scroll saw the other day and I needed to put it through its paces, so I thought while I was doing that I would go ahead and throw together a little pattern that some of you might want to cut, and I could use that to not only test the saw but go ahead and give you a little tutorial on how to do these 3D keychains. So what we're going to do tonight is cut out this Tony Stewart keychain, and to do that you'll need a blank that's 5 inches long by 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch, and of course you'll need the pattern. Go ahead and cut the pattern down each side right on the lines and then cut it to length so it'll fit on the blank. I always go ahead and pre-crease the pattern right on the blank before I put the spray adhesive on it. It makes it a little easier to get the pattern back on the blank after it has the adhesive and it's kind of sticky and hard to work with. So I've got the pattern over at my spray booth and I'm spraying some temporary spray adhesive on it. Back over at the blank, I attached the pattern to the blank. To help hold things together while you're cutting and to make the cuts a little easier, I always use clear box tape around the pattern, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to cover all 4 sides with box tape, and I have it completely covered with the pattern on real good and tight, and I'm ready to take it over to the drill press and drill out our interior holes. I'm at the drill press and I'm going to go ahead and drill the interior holes for the first name side of the pattern, and then we'll flip the piece over and we'll drill the interior holes for the last name side of the pattern. Once we have that done, we're ready to get over to the scroll saw, and here I'm over at my Excalibur saw, and I wanted to give the Excalibur a pretty good test, so I'm just going to cut this freehand without using any of my clamps. Normally when I do 3D cutting I have some clamps that I hold the pieces together with for the second side, but I just wanted to see how well this saw could handle this project, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it freehand. So here I have the number 3 scroll reverse blade installed in the first interior hole on the last name side of the pattern. I'm going to go ahead and work my way down the letters until I get the last name side completed. Here I've got the first interior hole cut, ready to move on to the second interior cut, and so on down to the end of the blank. Here I've got all of the interior cuts finished for the last name side of the pattern. Now I'll remove the blade, go ahead and flip the blank over to the first name side of the pattern, and we'll start the interior cuts there. And again, I'm just going to work my way down the blank until I get completely finished. And here I have all of the interior cuts finished on the last name side and the first name side, and it's time to cut the keychain to length. On the pattern I show a curve on each side, and I decided after I got it out to the saw that it actually looks better if I just cut this curve and then I'll just throw this piece away and not even attempt to cut the second side. But on the other end we'll have to do both cuts. So here you can see I've got the end cut off, and I'm going to leave it just like that. Now I'm going to move down to the other end. I'm going to make this cut on the first name side of the pattern. Now what I'll do is go ahead and put these 2 pieces back together, flip it over to the last name side of the pattern, and make this cut right here. Now I'm just going to hand hold this because this saw cuts so easily that I don't have much vibration, and it's a pretty easy cut for me to make. But if you have trouble, go ahead and clamp this piece back together. Make your cut, then pull all the pieces off, and you'll have your finished tab for the hole that we're going to drill to hold the keychain. Go ahead and get everything all nice and smoothed out with your sandpaper. You might want to use a rat tail file to get into some of the interior areas where you have some tear out. You're going to have some tear out inside of here, even with the scroll reverse blade, and it's hard to get the sandpaper down there, so sometimes these little files and even a small knife helps to get some of the fuzzies off on the inside. So get it all looking real good. round over all the edges, make everything nice and smooth. Back over to the drill press, I'm going to use a 1/8 inch drill bit, and I'm going to drill a hole in the tab, and I'm going to drill the hole. You can do it either way, but I'm going to drill it on the last name side of the pattern. I've got the piece back over at my workbench. You can see I've got the hole drilled for the keychain, and everything's looking real good. I've gone ahead and installed the keychain and finished it. I used the lemon oil and spray lacquer to finish these off, but whatever your particular likes are on finish, go ahead and finish them to suit your needs. And you've got a nice little souvenir keychain. And NASCAR is a very popular sport right now, and every time I do anything related to any type of racing, the patterns are usually very popular. So hopefully everybody will like these also. So that's what it takes to do the 3D keychains, and I will work with the saw a little more. I can tell you right now that I'm very pleased with the Excalibur. It took me a little while to get it set up and adjusted, but once I have everything set to my preferences, I'm really happy with it. So hopefully tomorrow, I'm actually on call this weekend, so I couldn't travel with my family for the Easter back home. So I'm going to be at home alone tomorrow, and I hope to get out and do a really good review of the Excalibur EX21 scroll saw. So if you're interested in that, watch for it sometime tomorrow night, and hopefully I can get that finished for you guys. I'm Steve Good. I hope you like this project, and we'll see you next time here at the Scroll Saw Workshop.